start பண்ணிக்கங்க.
Am I audible, sir? Okay, sir. I'm very happy and pleased morning and present over here. Webinars are one of the technical platforms which help us to acquire knowledge in a professional way. Submitting our pronouns to God Almighty, we, the team of Sree Abirami College of Pharmacy, are very much happy in organizing today's webinar session on the topic Pharmacovigilance and its developments and number of departments by our eminent speaker, Mr. Somu Srinivasan, who is well expertised in this aforesaid field. Before our today's proceedings, I, Dr. Geeta, Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Analysis, feel very much delighted in briefing out our webinar series previously conducted and also coordinate today's webinar session. We have conducted various national and international webinars which has covered a wide area of our pharmacy profession, such as challenges and opportunities after the college days, which meet the students, scientific writings, research based on biomedical literatures, principles of toxicology, artificial intelligence in pharmacy, and intellectual property rights by various eminent speakers in and around India and also abroad, which were very much benefited by most of the past participants and passed out students from various academic institutions, industries, healthcare professionals. So, with this view, at this moment, I would like to thank all the eminent speakers for their valuable time and support they have extended for sharing their knowledge in order to uplift other pharma budding professionals. With this view, again, we are very much happy and enthusiastic in continuing our webinar series today and plan for the same in the forthcoming weeks. Now, it's time to deliver the welcome address. On behalf of the management, principal, faculty and team of Sree Abirami College of Pharmacy, I take this opportunity to welcome our today's eminent speaker, Mr. Somu Srinivasan, for his valuable time. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation in spite of your busy schedule and to deliver the talk on pharmacovigilance and its number of departments. I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. Now I wholeheartedly welcome our management team, Dr. P. Periyaswamy, Chairman, sir, and Directors team, Dr. Coimbatore ma'am, Dr. Sree sir, Dr. Devi ma'am, Dr. Balamurugan sir, and Dr. Shrita ma'am for their wonderful support. And I welcome you all, beloved management team, sir. I extend my warm welcome to our beloved principal, sir, Dr. M. Kumar, who is always behind us by his active guidance and participation in all such professional activities. I am very much happy in welcoming the heads and faculty team of our own Sree Abirami institutions. I also welcome our own faculty members, other faculty members from various institutions, industry partners, experts, healthcare professionals from various sectors for today's webinar. Last but not least, I welcome all the dearmost students, the budding pharmacists from our institution and various institutions for participating in this wonderful morning. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to welcome you all. Now, I request our beloved principal, sir, Dr. M. Kumar, to deliver the presidential address and also introduce the today's speaker for the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Geeta. I think I'm audible and visible to everyone. So happy, delighted morning, one and all delegates, and happy morning. And so as said by Madam Geeta, this is our continuation of our webinar series, and I'm happy to see that many of our students in and around India, and even some students are from abroad. They keep on focusing our channel, Abirami Institution, what they are going to post, what they are going to do, activities this series, next series. Even we got a very good response from the abroad, foreign countries also. And so happy to have today, when we have a discussion with the faculty among our team, so we decided to go for, as an industry person, why don't you go for pharmacovigilance? Yes, I said, yeah, definitely the topic to be discussed. So the young budders, many of the pharma graduates must aware of this area. So we decided to keep one person, especially in industry who worked. So we decided, okay, so we identified the person, I think Mr. Somu Srinivasan. And I'm so happy to welcome you, sir, on behalf of myself and management and entire faculty fraternity of Abirami Charitable Trust and all the institutions. We welcome you, sir, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation to deliver the talk and pharmacovigilance, sir. So thank you so much for coming today, presenting today, and I'm happy to see you read your profile. It's quite interesting to have a vast experience in pharmacovigilance in the many areas, cardiovascular and oncology divisions, and happy to read out your profile, sir. And dear delegates, the participants and students, and happy to introduce Mr. Somu Srinivasan. He's a pharma graduate and he has completed a degree in KMC College of Pharmacy, Coimbatore in the year of 2013. And he joined as a medical service associate in Accenture. And over a year, he was promoted as a subject matter expert and moved to Bangalore to become a team leader. In 2018, he has joined Alcon CRO and safety regulatory as a group leader. And he is working as Alcon as a senior specialist in Alcon. Alcon is a company and it's in Bangalore. And moreover, he has more than 9 years in the field of pharmacovigilance area, especially in the pharmacovigilance professions. He has served more than 9 years, and it's really quite interesting. What I'm looking forward, what you're going to deliver the area of pharmacovigilance. Sir, we wanted to have such a useful information from user, and happy to have you to read out your profile. And also you worked in many areas like oncology division, cardiovascular and CNS areas. And he's an eminent speaker and he has delivered many talks in pharmacologists about the pharmacovigilance. And lucky to have it's added up our feather in our cap, in fact. So he has created a social platform for pharma people. Facebook, he is an active in posting of pharmacovigilance jobs and about the job information, the career guidance in pharmacovigilance areas. And he is giving many tips and all the guidance to many of budding pharma graduates. So I'm happy to see your profile, sir. And with this, I welcome you once again to deliver the talk. And happy to have, and we want to have you touch with you in future also, sir. And keep in touch with us and keep on guide us to our students in pharma graduate also. So thank you so much, sir, and thank you, audience. Please be patient. We'll hope I'm also expecting like you, and let's see the presentation today. And over to Dr. Geeta. Can you take over the session, please? Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your energetic and enthusiastic start, which really motivates us and also the participants. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. L.V. Vigneshwaran, sir, Professor and Head, Department of Pharmaceutics, who is actively involved in various scientific developments of the college and also to take over the scientific session. Over to Vigneshwaran, sir. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Dr. Vignesh. I feel blessed to handle the scientific session on the topic of overview of pharmacovigilance. So to say in a small brief, the history of pharmacovigilance dates back to 1961, when 4,000 pregnant women in UK took the drug thalidomide for avoiding their vomiting sensation. They gave birth to 4 million children with no limbs, no legs and hands. So this accident awakened the world regarding the pharmacovigilance. Then everyone are aware that every drug has some adverse effects, and it may be a side effect or secondary effect or toxic effect or a drug withdrawal syndrome. So likely the study of adverse effects, the untoward effects of drugs comes under this broad field of pharmacovigilance. I hope our eminent speaker, Mr. Somu Srinivasan, will be sharing his hands-on experience on various drug profiles and its adverse effect profiles to all our students. I'm handing over the session to sir. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you so much, Geeta ma'am and Senthil sir and Vigneswaran sir, giving the elaborated, the warm welcome. I'm really happy. Welcome. So yeah, I'll share my screen. Just confirm me. Once you can, I'll start the session. Can see my screen? Am I visible and audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So good morning to everyone. In this session, we are going to be see, what is, the overview of pharmacovigilance and what are the number of departments and how the pharmacovigilance is functioning and what are the departments and what department roles and responsibilities and, how to crack the interviews on job related information and what kind of talent is expecting, the companies from the freshers and, for other information, everything we are going to be session in this, next 1 hour. So the last 10 minutes, I'll give the Q&A session. So you can, what are the questions you have in this field or job related or any pharmacovigilance related questions, you can ask me. So yeah. So what is pharmacovigilance? No, the pharmacovigilance is a science and activities of relating to the detection, assessment, understanding, and the prevention of the adverse effects or any other drug related problems. In recent inclusion in this definition, the herbal products and traditional and complementary medicines and blood products and biological products and medical devices and the vaccines, it is included. So mainly for the pharmacovigilance is particularly concerned about the adverse drug reactions, ADR. Since you all know paramedic student, you all know what is pharmacovigilance, what is phase 0 and phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4 is a post-marketing. You all know. So I'm not going to give the the basic information. You all know paramedic students. I'll give you the the function of the pharmacovigilance. And pharmacovigilance, it starts from the clinical stage and continues throughout the product life cycle of the drug, mainly divided into the pre-marketing and post-marketing. So post-marketing means in the phase 4 studies. So the pre-marketing phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3, these studies are pre-marketing, it is called. So in this pharmacovigilance, this is a process of collection of such information about the drug, begin the phase of phase 1 in the clinical trial before approval of the drug, and it continues even after the approval. Several post-marketing studies are conducted with many made mandated by the drug related agencies around the world. So it is in India, the pharmacovigilance is conducted by the the Pharmacopoeia Indian Commission from the and CDSCO. I'll give the recent update about the CDSCO. So before COVID and all, what are the clinical studies and all, we are doing it, and we used to give the hand deliveries. So if it is oncology related, whatever the clinical trial details we are doing, and we have to submit it to the Indian HA. But that is before COVID. After the COVID and the lockdown implemented, what happened? They have created a portal, that the portal called it Sugam portal. So what are the activities we are doing, and we'll be uploading the submission document to the Sugam portal. And after that, after 1 or 2 days, the Indian CDSCO and they are giving the acknowledgement. So upcoming slides, we will see the all the regulatory related, all the information. Yeah. So what is adverse event? So adverse event is any untoward medical occurrence in a patient or the clinical investigation subject administered a pharmaceutical product and which does not necessarily have a causal relationship with this treatment. So this could be your interview question. What is adverse event? This could be a first interview question. And next is, what is adverse drug reaction? This is also your interview questions. So yeah, so adverse drug reaction, it is pre-approval clinical experience with the new medicinal product or it's new. And yeah, next is, what is serious adverse event? What is serious adverse event is, so what are the clinical studies which we are doing, all the event, it will come under these 5 categories. So resulting in fatal and it's a life threatening and hospitalization and significant disability and a congenital anomaly. The first 2, death and life threatening, these 2 are serious event. So within 7 days we have to submit the case. We have to report it to the HM. And next, hospitalization and the significant disability and congenital anomaly, we have 15 days timeline for this report. Based on the timelines only, we will prioritize the report and we will submit the reports cases. So yeah, these are the major departments in pharmacovigilance: Icsr Processing, individual case study reporting, and medical rating and safety review, and medical review, aggregate reporting, and regulatory affairs and submissions. So in upcoming slides, we'll see one by one what are the in the each team, what is their roles and responsibilities, how they are performing, how they are creating the case, and one by one we'll see. Yeah. So, in the pharmacovigilance field, we use, mainly we are, dependent to the applications. So, in the pharmacovigilance, we use, globally in the, Argus database. So, Argus database is, 8.1.2 is the latest version. So, this could be your interview question: what is Argus and what is the, latest version of Argus? So Argus, that is, from the Argus, we receive the source document. From the source document, and we have to check, what are the information we have to capture. So the four main information. Without these four information, if anything is missing, this case could go as a wider. So now by reviewing the source document, we have to, we have to capture the four information by creating the case. So first is identify patient. Patient means the patient age and sex and birthday and some other information patient related. That's information you should be there in the source document. Then identify suspected company product. What was the product? The product name, the IMP name. It should be there. Next is identify reporter, that it is a patient or or a physician or non-healthcare professional. This information we need to keep. And what was the event? This event, either it is a serious event or non-serious event, that we need to capture. Without this information, if anything, any case source document is coming, that go as a wider. So yeah. So this is your source document. It will be in it will be image format. By reviewing the source document, you have to capture the patient identifier. Okay, here you can find the patient identifier. Then event problem you can find it here. And reported, you can find it, the reported information, what in the physician, nurse, doctor, non-healthcare professional, or you can find the informations. And what was the suspect drug information, you can find it. By collecting all the information, you have to create a case. After creating a case, what you need to do is you have to push a case into the case processing team. So once you receive the source document, and you will create a case. After creating the case, and you will be pushing the case into the case processing team. Then case processing team, what they will do, what are the information is missing from the from the case. By referring the source document, they will enter patient information and event related, and physician reporter related, and drug related, or causality related, whatever the information is there in the source document, and they will capture everything. Yeah, it is kind of data entry work. After completing the case processing team, and we will move to the safety review team. Safety review team, what they will do is they will assess what are the case related and case processing, what are the missing information it is there, and they will check again, and they do the narrative ratings, and they will push a case to the medical review team. Medical review is a doctor's team. So medical review team, they will check everything from the case creation to case processing is a safety review, and they will check everything. Okay, after checking everything, okay, everything good to go means, and they will push a case again to the submission team, and submission team, they will submit the report. So if it is a 7 days means, and 7 days within all this process will be completed and going for the submission. So yeah, this is the overview of pharmacovigilance, the Icsr processing skeletal work. First is collect means from the source data document we will collect the information. After collecting the information, collate in a sense, we will what are the information it is there in the source document, we will collect all the data. After collecting the data, analyze. Analysis, we will check everything, and our narrative part is like it will be like auto pulled narrative. The system is pulled from the auto narrative. From the auto narrative, you have to it will be some descending orders. So from the descending order, you have to give some chronological order from the what was the patient patient information, and what was the event, what was the concomitant related, and what was the company assessment, what was the investigator assessment, like that. I think the pharmacy people, they know how to narrate the narratives. Yeah, so it will be in there I think 4th year or 5th year it will come in their studies. So yeah, the narrative rating. After the narrative ratings, and you need to pull into the medical review team, and they will analyze it, and they'll push for the submission. So from here, from the data entry point, once you're reviewing the source document, it could be like what type of case you have to analyze, whether it is a spontaneous cause, it is a clinical trial case, or license related, it is a SUSAR report, or literature case, or post-marketing surveillance date. By reviewing the source document, it is a case creation responsible person to you have to analyze it, and you have to create a case accordingly. After the case creation, and it will they will push a case to the database entry. Whatever the information it is there in the source document, everything will do in a in the database entry. From database entry, we do a data review. It is medical review, safety review team. From the safety review team, they will check everything in between. If any signal detection it is there, that process is different. So signal detection is from the if any new information added or new entry is identified, that is called a signal detection. So signal detection also they will do. After that, they will push a case for the submissions and medical review teams. Yes, from the output, after reviewing everything, the output person, I mean, the medical review, they'll confirm that what is the risk management plan, what action is to be taken, or it is an issue related or management issue under crisis related, or if it is related to the submission, if any inquiry. So whatever the case is doing the safety review, and you will capture the if any wrong data or event, it could be we will enter all the information into the event related verbatim them, everything will enter. Sometimes some similar events it will be there. So those events are the case monitor also sometimes it may get confused. So he has to confirm with the physician by what information is to be given, everything. So yes. So normally, the safety review team and after medical review team. So I'll play a small video for how to by instead of explain the diagrammatic, if you pay video how we are doing it, how we are creating a case, I'll explain you by playing this video. This is yeah. This is the Arcos database, and this is the source document. Logging in with the credentials. So these are the basic elements. Now is capturing the to the source document. What kind of country, what type of report it is, spontaneous report or literature, anything. What was the product name, suspect product name. Event is capturing. What was the matter version and hierarchy. These are the mandatory fields, and click on continue. Once click on that continue, you will get the additional informations. Check the hospitalization or rating series. Hospitalization is clicking and click OK. So this is a case creation. Is in some Excel sheet that was a spontaneous case information, and is creating a case from the he logged in the database, and after logging in, and he created a case from the mandatory by filling the mandatory informations. After that, orange border, he create a book-in button. Case has been created. It means with the case number. That was the case number. Once case is created, click OK to open the case form. So after creating the case, Here you can find the general tab and patient tab and product, event, analysis, activities, additional information, and regulatory tabs. So these are the 6 tabs in the Argus database. So after creating a case, again, you have to, again, you will refer the source document. From the source document, what are the information need to be acted, he will enter everything one by one. So now this is book-in. Book-in means, it's a case creation. After case creation is completed, he'll be routing to the case into the case processing team. That is called as data entry team. You have to forward this case to data entry. Case routed to data entry for to enter the further informations like that you are given, and you'll be routing it. Click OK. And now the case has been moved to the data entry team. Here you can see data entry. Same case. So he'll be entering the further informations by referring the source document. Doctor name, Jack Doe, and he's entering the salutation, doctor salutation, and here's the first name and last name. Yeah. So doctor, so healthcare professional, we'll be selecting it. Physician. Country of the report is United States. So like how we'll be entering all the information by referring the source document. Everything we have to one by one we have to upload. We are filing it into the database entry. Once case has been created, we will forward the case to the safety review team. So safety review team, what they will do is they will assess the information, whatever the entries we have done from the case case processing team, and they will check everything. Okay, it is a correct only. Okay, what are the data they captured, that is correct. So they'll evaluate the reports first of all, and they review the all the information whatever we entered into the drug related event information and analysis information and other information and concomitant drug related information and patient information and drug formulations, whatever we enter, everything they will check again once. After checking everything once, and check the verbatim terms. Sometimes the event may be similarly it will be there. So he will check with the Medra codings, and he will check, okay, the event has been captured correctly or not, like that. He will do everything. Sometimes he also not sure about the event, means he will check with the MRSP, medical review safety physician, and they will assist you. They will assist the safety reviewer. After that, running the after that, narrative ratings. The narrative rating, as I told earlier, it will be auto-pulled from the database. So whatever I'm telling is the real-time databases. This is the once you got a job, the same database, the same work only you're going to be doing. So so automatically the safety narrating, it will be pulled from the safety narrating to it will be some descending orders. There will be some format will be there. Date should be there, and some patient information will be there. Some chronologically you have to arrange every words, every ascending Word arsenic format. After arranging everything, and you need to check with the, if any follow-up report, or if it is initial report means, and the follow-up information again it will come. If it is a final report means, this is the final report. So based on the timelines only, now we will schedule the date, if event date and event haunted date and other date and all, we will enter one by one each and tabs. In the 6th tab will be there, and all the dates we will enter. After entering and everything, we will send you to the medical review. Medical review, that is enough for doctors. They will check from the what are the entries you have done. They will check everything. Also, okay, once everything is okay means, and they will push a case to the submissions team. So before sending to the pushing to the submission team, the doctors, they will check the E2B checks. E2B checks means what are the entries you have done. It will pull as one single PDF. In that PDF, any orange mark is there or not. If it is any orange mark means, that is a mandatory field. It is missed to fill that. So like that, they will do E2B checks everything. After checking everything, okay, look good, or if any correction is required, and they will correct it. After that, it will the case has been moved to the submissions team, regulatory submissions team. So regulatory submissions team, what they will do, in the last tab of the organs database, there is a regulatory reporting tab will be there. From the regulatory reporting tab, they will they will go there, and they will download the CMs, and they will prepare a cover letter. With the cover letter plus CMs report, they will merge, and there is some naming convention which will be there. After the naming convention, they'll give the they'll give the some information in what was the protocol number, and what was the drug name, what was the formulation, other information, it will be there, and they'll accordingly they'll fill the email templates, and they'll be submitting. So submission is a process, like if it is a drug meant, for this drug, how many countries which is contracted, how many EC, how many ethics committees is contracted, how many CA, how many competent authorities contracted, how many investigator sites have been contracted. We have to check, and we have to check, and we accordingly we have to report it to the HS. So this is the Icsr processing. So Icsr processing, first we create a case. After creating the case, and we'll do the case processing. After the case processing, we'll do the safety review. After the safety review to medical review. After the medical review, it goes to submission. This is the process of Icsr processings. So next is aggregating report. So aggregating report, yeah, I'll show you. So aggregate report is, it gives a broader view of the safety drug of the profile. It is a compilation of the report. So far you have done, we have seen that, individual case report. So in aggregate report, what we do is, for example, we take, abatacept drug. So abatacept or ipilimumab, these are the upcoming oncology drugs for the market. So aggregate report, in a sense, a compilation, the collation of the report. So if it is abatacept means, the start date will be like, March 2021, and the end date is March 2022. So prior 90 days we start working. So in this last 1 year, what are the abatacept cases we have performed in individual case Icsr processing? What are the cases we performed it? All the cases we pull a single PDF. In that PDF, some additional document also it is required, and with that we'll be submitting it. So that I'll explain you what what we are doing. So in this aggregate report, there are many types are there. In this aggregate reporting, like clinical overview, addendum report, line listing report, safety summary report, summary bridging report, investigator report, SASR report, DSR report, paper report. These are the many types are there in this aggregate reporting. So everything, there is some time range will be there. Time resistance, a 6-month period or 1 year period or 2 years period, like that. There is some range will be there. So this report also, we work on the milestone date basis. Suppose for if any cases data log point is this could be enter question. What is data log? Data log is end date of the report in aggregate. End date now, if they for assume for a one case due is today means. Today's the end date means prior 90 days, pre-90 we called it pre-90. From the pre-90 onwards, we start working for this report. On pre-90, what we do is, we run a lead report. In the lead report, lead is licensing, exchanging agreement report, agreement database. It pulls the safety information and contract related information from the database. So from the pre-90 and all, how we know what is pre-90, what is pre-45 and all, we have another, site. It is called ARMS, Aggregate Report Master Schedule. So in that site, we can see the, what is the drug name, what is the STBN, what is the safety database number, what is the start date, and what is the end date, and what is the formulation, and what is the IBD date, what is the DIBD date, and who is the author. Author means every report one person will be the, associate, one person will be the author. So who is author? MRST, Medical Review Safety Physician, will be the author. So and when was the pre-45, when was the pre-21, when was the pre-90, all the information, it will be available in the ARMS site. By referring the ARMS site, and we need to take action accordingly. So for this report, on pre-90, we run a lead reports. By running the lead report, we will understand that, okay, for this report, how many countries which is contracted, okay, who are the business partners, everything we got to know everything. And after running pre-90, we have to file into the or local repository. After the pre-90, and when the pre-45 date comes, in the pre-45, we need to create a structure for this aggregate report. Structure in a sense, we have another database called CARA, Consolidated Author Review and Approval. In this database, what we need to do on pre-45 means, we have to create a structure. As I told earlier, in the aggregate report, there are many types of report. It will be the addendum, line listing, clinical overview, and all. So if your report is line listing, while creating this data, while creating structure, the what type of report you have to select, write correctly. Accordingly, the templates it get pulled. So due to that company confidentiality, I didn't keep the CARA database screenshot here. So I'll explain the orally. So in this CARA database, we create a structure. After creating the structure, the cover letter and the table of content and the report body and other empty notes also it will be there. So empty notes means it will be blank. So you have to work with the other team members and you have to get those documents as well in this for this report. So on pre-45 mean whatever this will be empty template in the CARA structure, empty template. So by referring the aggregate report master schedule, you have to enter the here what are the drug related information and company logos and DIBD, IBD, and start date, end date, author related, all the information and the MEDRA version. So all the information you have to enter into the this structure in the cover letter and report body. After doing all the works, what you need to do is you have to notify to the author stating that for this report and we have created a structure and data is kindly reviewed. So author, they will okay it was the initial alert for the author. Okay, they have started working for this report. After pre-45 and when it is pre-21 date comes, pre-20 means prior 21 days, pre-21 date comes, that time what we have to create a structure into the Argus database. This is the Argus database homepage. So previously we have seen the Icsr processing and this is aggregate related. So in the aggregate related, same like we have to create a structure on pre-21 date. Pre-21 we need to go to the reports in the Argus database. We have to log in. After logging in, this would be the homepage. After the homepage, and we have to click the report. From the report to aggregate reports, from the aggregate report to CTPR, clinical real periodic report. Because in the aggregate report we are submitting into the periodic basis, maybe a 6 monthly or annually, like only we are submitting the reports. Then yeah, after creating a after clicking this CTPR. Yeah, after creating the empty templates, it will be there. Many templates will be there. Line listing template, clinical overview template, addendum template. The empty templates will be there. You have to choose the correct report template and you have to give a copy. After giving copy, that copy report you have to edit accordingly. By referring the ARMS schedule, you have to enter the information here. Like the subject of the report and then the product selection, inclusion criteria, line listing tab, grouping, summary tabulations, UD summaries, and scheduling, security templates, all the information, each tab you have to enter by referring the ARMS. So first is report name. What was the report name? Report means what type of report, what type of drug name, and what is the SDBN number, what is the formulation, like there is some naming convention for this. Once you're into the field, you'll know the naming convention and all. So like we need to give the naming convention. After that, what was the report category? This is line listing category. So we have to select the line listing category. After that, okay, what was the the product name, the abatacept or ballot accept like that, some drug name will be there, what type of drug we need to select correctly. Then what was the formulation means either it is for this drug what are the formulation is available. So what a capsule, tablet, injections, other what are the formulation it is, that everything you have to select it and you have to click it okay. Based on that, whatever the information we are pulling it here, so based on the the final report will be get triggered it. So the product selection tab, you should be very concerned. We should be very careful by selecting all the informations. And next is inclusion criteria and line listings, and all we give the start date and end date and what was the pre-7 date and those dates, and we will enter. After entering everything, we'll go to the grouping means what are the we are running the unlocked cases, so we have to click all this on all the radio checks. Based on the radio checks, the report get pulled. And then summary tabulation, we should not give anything. So it was after creating the case, it will come like in a draft mode. It was a draft. So by clicking the draft, you will get a one PDF. In that PDF, from the start of the study to till date, what are the cases are performed, from 2021 March to 2022 March, what are the cases have been there, and how many cases has been locked, how many cases have been not locked. Suppose if it is if it is abatacept drug, and which is this report is start date is March 21 till March 22 is due. So last 1 year, what are the ICs, single cases we have done, all the case numbers, it will be pulled it here. What are the unlocked cases, that also will be pulled it. So it is our responsibility to notify to the safety review team, stating that these are the drug, this is start date and end date, and these are the dates, these are the cases which is not yet completed. So before that, this is the due date, like that we have to giving the explanation, and we have to notify to them. So it will go to the safety review manager. So by reviewing the all the case monitor case numbers, and the safety review manager, he will send it to the case safety reviewer. Kindly prioritize all these cases to complete, and before the timeline, like that they'll give alert. Then on P21, we do this activity. After that, some other additional information also which is required, because we created a CARA in the structure. There will be some empty notes. So we need to give the marketing. If it is a post-marketing drug, means we have to give the sales data and signal log, signal detection, and some other information also, physician signature, all the documents are required. So parallelly, we have to work with the other members to get the project managers. We have to get the informations. So there is some separate team will be there, sales team will be there, and they will provide you the sales data. Then signal log and signal detection, and we have separate sites. And by entering the drug name and the start date, end date, what type of formulation, everything by entering, we will get a PDF. That was a sales data. So all the collection of all the data we will upload into the CARA database, because we created on P45 structure that day. So what are the empty notes will be there and we need to place accordingly. After that, when post one means after the end date, next day. If the report is due on today, means and tomorrow will be the post one date. On post one date, again we will run the listings, unlocked case listings. So we will check with them. We will again check with the safety review manager. So this is the report. Okay, if any case is locked, means okay, it won't show up. If any case is unlocked, means they have not yet processed. There could be some reason, or some some confirmation they need, or some discussion is ongoing, some event related, some information will be there, some issue. So those information again we will notify to the safety manager, kindly process in 2 to 3 days. So they will prioritize everything, and they will prioritize and they'll complete the reports. After completing the report, and they'll give you confirmation. Confirmation means safety review team manager, they will drop your email to you, like stating, so this is the drug name and start date, end date, and these are the unlocked cases. We have locked everything, we have completed everything, there's nothing to proceed further, like that. They'll give a confirmation to you. After the confirmation, what you need to do, you have to run a final listings. Final means previously it was a draft. You will be selecting a draft here. Draft. So once you got a confirmation, you have to click a final here. After clicking the final report will be generated. After that, nothing can be done. It will be finalized. It will be all option will be freezed it. So in the final report, you will it will take some time. No, it was a loading image. It will, it's like, oh, it will take some loading image loading, and it will take some time. And after that, the final hyperlink, it will be pops up. After the final hyperlink, if you click that document, a big PDF will is open from the start of the study till what are the cases we have performed it, all the case informations, all the case numbers, all the event, all patient informations, all the causality assessment, all the information will be pulled in a single PDF. That was Appendix A. So in the again we'll go to the CARA, and there is some empty node will be there. So we need to file this Appendix A into the CARA database. After the CARA database, again we have to come to Argus database. From the Argus to we have another site, that is OBIE. This is sub branch of the Oracle database. In the Oracle, that is mainly for the OBIE for Oracle Business Intelligence Enterprise Edition. That was the OBIE full form. So there we will we will run the additional listings. Additional listings is we uploaded only Appendix A. So Appendix B, Appendix C, Appendix D, Appendix 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the documents is additionally required for aggregate reportings. So Appendix C, it is everything like the SCR line listing. What are the SCR line listings, and some serious SCAE adverse event, and some other line listing related, or any information related to the drug, it get pulled from the OBA databases. So after generating all the reports from the OBA, we'll be uploading again to the CARA database. So on post 5, we will run the all the we will upload all the documents into the CARA database, and we will be notifying to the author stating that all cases has been logged, and we have generated all the listings, and all the listings has been we have filed into the CARA database, and this was the route for this report. Likewise, we have to give an explanation to we have to drop an email to them. After that, the MRSP, safety review physician, is the author for this report, and he will review everything from the from the structure creation, pre-45 date, what are the activities we have done, pre-45, pre-30, pre-21, pre-7, pre-14 and pre-7, post-1 and post-5 till date, what are the activities we have done. He will check everything, and he'll if everything is good, he will proceed for the draft publication. Publications is, that is another activity. So if any concern or any issue or anything, any concern means, he will give you another, again he will drop email. These are the correction is that you have to correct it like that. You will give some comment. If nothing is there means, and he he simply he will approve for the draft publication. Draft publication is what are the documents we uploaded into the CARA database. It will pulled into the single PDF. Single PDF sense, from the pre-45 to pre-92 post way, what are the documents we have uploaded. By giving the publication, it will pull as a single PDF from it will like 500, 600,000 pages, it will be there. So in that PDF is the main document, which we are going to be submit to the all the health authorities and ethics committees and investigator sites to everyone. That was the main document. So in that main document, it is generated by the computer. Definitely there will be some some alignment issues will be there. So you have to arrange like a project book like right, you'll be creating the cover letter first. After the cover letter, you will be the table of content. After the table of content, you will be the report body. After the report body, the line listing, appendix information and line listing information and SCR information, and the sales data and marketing status and physician information, everything, and the conclusion of the drug. Like how all the information you have to arrange like a project book. And in the table of content, there will be you have to set up the hyperlinking. If you click the page, and it has to direct to the particular number of the page. Like you have to set up the page numberings in table of content. After the completing the draft publication, again you will send an email to the author stating that dear author, I have completed the draft publication, kindly review and provide the comments. He will review everything. Okay, all the information has been captured. Okay, all the format and all the drug related information, formulation related information, and all the number of case document, everything. The number of case document, he will assess it. How he will assess means like number of cases we performed into the Icsr processing. Then the number of cases we have received into the aggregate reporting. You will check, okay, for this report we received everything and we have done, it is matching, it is tallying, like that. He will check. After the check, then he will give a confirmation to you. Okay, we are go for the final publication. Final publication, what we do, finalizing the document. Finalizing, that is a different procedure, and there is some process will be there, and we have to create some approve. Initially it will be in like Word document, a Word document, and we need to convert into the virtual documents. After the virtual document, we will create a main PDF. From the main PDF, we will give the DCN number. That is for document control number, DCN, because that is for easy tracking we do. Because for same track from different timeline, many reports will be there in the Kara database. So by giving the DC number, easily we can track that. So we, after approving everything, we have to give the DC number. After the DC number, what we need to do is, we have to again go back to the ARMS, Aggregate Report Master Schedule. There we need to, upload the, the report has been completed, and this is the completed by the who is author and who is the, the submitter of the report, and what was the DC number. Like, we have to update the status. After that, we have to send it to the emails to the HAs. So in this product, what are the companies which is contracted? On pre-90 time, we run a lead report. There we know how many countries which is contracted, and how many ECs is there, how many competent authority, how many investigator sites are there. Like, we will get some information. Based on that information, we have to now draft an email, and how many countries, all the countries HA email address we need to keep, SC committee email address we need to keep. Some countries, they do not accept the email communication, submissions. So those countries, they might need, fax submission. So we have to submit to the fax separately. Some countries, they need a portal submission. So we have to go to their portal company. But if it is Canada have some Canada portal. And if it is, Spain, means Spain have the portal. Portuguese, Europe countries have, Europe countries, they have recently created all countries, some portals. Now because of this COVID and the curfews, they have created a portal. So we can go to the portal, and we can upload the documents. After 1 or 2 days, they will review, and they'll give you the submission, proof of the submission. Like how you have to submit the case for aggregate reportings. I think both I have covered for aggregate reportings. Yeah. So in the in aggregate reportings, we work based on the timelines, milestone date. So before 60 days, I told you earlier, for Icsr processing, if it is a serious case, means within 7 days we have to process. Non-serious cases within 15 days we have to process. Suppose in aggregate report within 60 days. From the due date to 60 days, we have to complete this submission, or else it will go as a late report, and you need to write a RCA, COPPA, root cause of analysis, and corrective action and preventive action, and then you have to give many justification to the health authorities. So better we have to submit on time, that way we can avoid many problems. Yeah. So yeah. So this is the aggregating process. So the next is safety regulatory reporting team. So safety regulating reporting team, what do you know? You will you will receive the SUSAR report and other report. And normally, by creating the case setup, the case process, they will understand that okay, it is a SUSAR report, or it is a literature report, like it is some other case like that. They will categorize it. After, if it is any SUSAR case, means, and they will create like SUSAR cases, and they will direct it to the they'll give priority to the more important. They'll give more important for SUSAR cases. SUSAR cases within 1 day we have to process. After within 2 days we to complete it. That is the timeline for within 2 days. For a serious events we have to complete it. So in this regulatory team, what they do, they closely work with the regulatory intelligence team. So regulatory intelligence, there is some separate team will be there. That is regulatory intelligence. The regulatory intelligence work is they closely work with the all countries, almost like 150 160 countries are there, means, and they will work with all, and they'll gather the information. Suppose as I told early in the India had some email hard copies they are not accepting, and they created a portal. And same like how in the Europe countries, US, because country to country sometimes the regulation will be changed because of the world war, also because of world war and COVID or some other situation, the regulator might be changed. So those information and all, the regulatory team will know. So it is our responsibility. I mean, the regulatory team is responsibility to gather the information, and and accordingly you have to submit the SUSAR reports to the competent authority, ethics committee, and sites. And also the regulatory requirements. Some countries, for China and Poland, Portuguese. So these are the countries, the English is a second language for them. So in those countries, if you are submitting the SUSAR case, and we have to, translate the English form to their own language. Like we have a separate translation team will be there. So translation team, what they what we will send a document to them. We need this language. So we should not do any Googling translator or someone. They are they are certified vendors. So only certified vendor, after the translating they'll give a certificate. That was the your proof of the translation. Sometimes in audit until will come, okay, you are done translation. What was the proof of the translation? How we know that it is 100% sure? Sometimes they will ask. So that time you can show this was the translation certified translator team, and this was the translation certificate for this product. Is everything is correct? Like that, they will give some confirmation. So with that translated form, and you will be submitting to the Europe countries. Yeah. Next is preparing investigation medicinal product cover letter, SUSA report, and CIC. That is I covered it. So in this aggregating, in the regulatory reportings, what mainly do is mainly the submission, all kind of submissions they do, SUSA submissions and DSA submissions, 6-month line listing, 3-month line listing, and reconciliation activities. So all the activities they do. And the cover letter regulation, I covered it. So in some countries, they have some regulation. Maybe three monthly they may need, or 6 monthly they may need, or the reporting period will be changed. So all those information we need to work with the regulatory intelligence team. They will provide you every week. They will give you the information. Sometimes we'll be sending the time zone different will be there. So for us, it will be a morning. For China and other countries, and it will be in night for them. So we have to send hard copies to them. Sometimes their fax machine is turned off, so that time it is not delivered to them. So what we need to, until the report gets submitted, we have to keep on monitoring the submission. We have to submit it. And every weekly you have to work with the the SRG team, safety regulatory team, will work with the regulatory intelligence team, and they'll get everything, all the information. Sometimes the investigator sites, the investigator might be maybe they are no more longer with the company. So that time under it won't get delivered. So that time under regulatory intelligence team, okay, this person has been left, and this was the new person, and this was the name, first name and last name, phone number and email address they'll give. So that information we need to change into our database, so that only it will deliver to the investigator. Suppose if it is not delivering, again the RCA root cause problem will come, and we need to take many actions on this. And so safety regulatory team is responsible for SSP, PSP, IB, FMP, and protocol. So SSP, study specific procedure. Study specific procedure says this is SOP. SOP in sense you work with the regulatory intelligence team for this particular product. How many countries which is contracted, that you will get to know about by reading the contract. Okay, how many countries which is contracted? By reading the contract, okay, these are the countries contracted for this project. Okay, you will work with the regulatory intelligence team. Okay, for these many countries, what are the regulatory requirements? What are the how many ECs we need to report? How many investigator? How many CA? It is there like that. You have to prepare a responsibility matrix sheet. Based on this only, you're going to be submit the the particular project. So that is SSP, study specific procedure. And next is project specific procedure. Sometimes for some project there will be 2 protocol will be there. 2 protocol sense the first protocol, it will be responsible for it has to go to only the EU countries, and some protocol B, it has to go to the US FDA. So EU regulation is different, and US FDA regulation is different, and their submission also the route of submission also it will be different. So that kind of in general SOP, PSC, project related specific, that we need to prepare. So normally for EU regulations is we have to submit into the UDAMED template. UDAMED template is which is filled by them manually. For US FDA we need to submit it to the MedWatch form. MedWatch form is which is already generated by the Argus system. So this was the this can be your interview question. What is EU regulation? What is US FDA regulation? It will come. And next is IB and protocol and all. The medical review team, they will give you the about the product related. What are the again, as I tell you earlier in the drug related information and other sales data, sales related information, and what are the protocol related, mainly the purpose of the drug, all related in the information we can find in the protocol and the IB document. And next is FMP. FMP is file management plan. So we receive the case from the email notification. After receiving the case, we process into the desktop, right? We save the CMs into the desktop, and we will convert. I mean, we will prepare the cover letter and not translation document and all. We received it, everything we received and we saved into the desktop. But as per the company policy, some companies we should not follow that procedure. We have to separately file into the e-room or ETMF filings, some other repositories. We should not file into the our local desktops. So file management plan is what are the cases we are receiving from the what are the activities we are doing, and what are the documents we are receiving from the other team and all. We have to go to the file management plan. In the file management plan, there will be some there are many databases there for file management. If it is the ICO master or ETMF, electronic master filing trace, ETMF, and Viva Vault, so many databases there, and Salesforce. So many the company to company it may be the different, but the skeletal of the work will be the same. So we our e-room. So e-room is plain many of the companies are using e-room. So you have to after completing the SUSAR, you have to create a folder there, and you have to go to the appropriate link and go to appropriate product folder. After going to, you have to create a folder name. After what are the docs, what are the activities you have done, and what are the documents you have saved it, the email communication, everything you have to document into the e-room or filing activities. You should not file in your local or some other, that is against the complaints. Sometimes every 2-3 weeks, every 2 weeks, every 2 months or 3 months or every quarterly, each products some audit will happen. That time it will come as audit findings. So you should adhere to the strictly to the SOPs. And next is the SRG team, safety regulatory team, is responsible for annual safety reports and 3 monthly reports and 6 monthly. Some Europe countries, they do not need single cases and all. So they need a 3 monthly related. So what we need to, we have to work with this. Some separate team will be there, and they will provide you, okay, for this product I need 3 monthly quarterly line listings, because instead of submitting single cases, they need a 3 quarterly basis. So what are the in that last 3 months, what are the individual cases we received it, everything they will generate a report and they'll give you the single PDF. In that single PDF, that was the main document. So with that, what are the regulatory recommend is there. By checking the regulatory responsibility matrix, and you will accordingly you will prepare sometimes line listing is required, sometimes SIR is required, sometimes the translation is required. Accordingly you will you will prepare the additional documents and you will be submitting it. So many companies they are doing the SRS, Pegasus, that is safety reporting solution. Safety reporting solution is this is only for the regulatory team for easy submission. Normally previously until we used to some email Outlook issues there, and if you submit Outlook it will go some delivery failures. There are many issues I've faced it. So now the 2019 July they have implemented the SRS. Now many companies are following this SRS now. And next is annual safety report, that is annually. After submitting individual cases are 3 monthly and 6 monthly, also the yearly basis we need to report to the HAs. That is also it is our surgery responsibles. And CISA report, serious suspected expected serious reaction, adverse reaction report. So those reports also we will receive, and we are SRG team is responsible for the submission. And nowadays, in the regulatory team, medical devices, it's booming like anything. So in the medical device team, vaccine related and IMP related drugs, and we are doing medical devices, mainly for assessment and information of the medicinal product. Wait, I'll explain the medicinal product. Where is that medicinal product? Okay, what we need to do once you received the once the project has been signed for medical devices, you have to set up the startup. Okay, setup sense, you have to work with the regulatory design. You have to set up first of all for the project related. Okay, what was the start date, what was the end date, and what was the regulatory requirement, how many countries which is counted. Like you have to set up a structure sense, project setuping. After setuping, and you have to monitor everything, all the submission everyone is receiving, and EC related, if any changes you have to modify everything. What was the line listing information, what is the CMC related translation is required, or what type type of mode of submission is required, either it fax or hand delivery or porter submission. Like everything you have to monitor, and you have to submit the report. Once this will be like 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year duration will be for medical visit report. It will come. So once the report has been come, you have to do the once the project has been closed, you have to do the closeout activities. Closeout activities, if you have done 1 year of the reports, right? So 1 year, how many cases you research, everything you have to file it. File in the sense, in a monthly basis. Monthly basis, you will be receiving some complaint basis based on the complaints report and the individual complaints report and the case number CMs and cover letter. By attaching all three for every cases, we have to close the we have to file into the Icsr master or ITMF, and we have to close it. This is the safety regulatory team is doing. There are two regulatory it is there. One is safety regulatory and another industry regulatory. So industry regulatory is, that is the warehouse and the industrial level that SOP will come. That is kind of bit different, but this is safety regulatory. We are only responsible for the submission of the all the reports. Yeah. And yeah, these are the globally used pharmacovigilance databases. Argus, almost 70-80 pharma companies are using the Argus database, and some companies are using the IRIS-G database and Vigibase and SRS and Oracle Adverse Event Reporting system, CleanTrace, Salesforce, and Tableau, iTrack, and RepClinical. So these are the widely used database in the pharmacovigilance. Maximum Argus only, but the skeletal of the work, all that 6 tab will be there, and the event information, coding information, meta version, everything will be the same, but only thing company to company, the database will be a different, maybe a very. That's all about this session. Yeah, can I ask you a question? I think I think it's over, right, sir?
Thank you very much, sir. Really, it was a hands-on training-like experience on PV, and we understood how the medical databases are collected and collated, and how they are analyzed, and how they are reporting, literally communicated to the team. So really, it was a worthful shower of knowledge, and we have few questions from our students, and regarding how to become a quality person for PV. That means, what are the skills anticipated with the healthcare students to get into PV, sir?
So in this PV, first of all, you have to very if what company you are going, that should be, if you are an I am into the ophthalmic, so I should be very very good in the eye related physiology, and some for what are the in the market, what are the regulatory related information, everything in a daily basis we should get updated. So initially you'll go into the they'll pick you into associate level employee. After the associate, once you're entered into this field, it's your responsibility to learn daily. And in the LinkedIn and some other HA platforms and all, we'll get the information daily. So what are information we are receiving, we should get we get updated, and we should learn many things, and we can within 1 or 2 years we'll become a functional expert in the particular project.
Understood, sir. So periodic updation of ADR is timely requisite for it.
Yeah.
So another question, sir. Actually, it is, what is the GVP compliance training? What you mentioned in the initial slides.
Yeah,
what GVP and compliance training.
GVP, it was a module. So I told you in the aggregate reporting, appendix A, appendix B, appendix B. In the appendix, it will come as a GVP module. There are 13 GVP modules. Each GVP module, there is some name will be there: signal detection related, unlisted related, drug related. So 13, there will be 13 number will be there. So all this one, we have to check everything. It means like complaints means by collating all the information we have to check. But the complaints I told you earlier in the what are the cases we received, it get pulled in the Icsr processing. We have done some individual cases, and all the case information it will be pulled into the GVP modules, all the databases. If it is listed, SAR list or SAE, what are the SAE event and it will come in, all the case will be get pulled. What are the SAR, all the event it get pulled. Those case number we have to merge. We have to check. Okay, Icsr cases matching, number of cases matching, and GVP in the document the case number is matching. Okay, it is checking. That was a complaint check.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. And really thanks for this webinar and on part of our
Dr.
team. Thank you.
Vignesh, just a moment.
Sir?
Let me, if I don't know, but let me have a few clarification with Mr. Somu Srinivasan. Sir, actually, what is your point of view, perspective, like how the doctors, physicians, how they're getting involved in the PV area, how the significant contribution towards the area? In pharma industry, how the involvement is there, sir, for especially the doctors concerned. What is your point of view?
My point of view is, some people, they might be, some, physically they may have some issues in the hospital environment, or, they might be not liking with the, by serving with the people. So in this PV, their growth will be the very high. The work will be the very gradual here. The gradual workflow will be there. Some people, they may like the IT lifestyle as well. And so, or else, some, the people who have done their MBBS into the some other countries, like not in India. If they are done in MBBS in some other countries, they have to, if they wanted to practice in India, they have to write an exam, and that getting pass is very difficult in India. But in the pharmacovigilance field, they'll be entering into easily. Even the person who did in MBBS in India and then the person who did in Europe, they're getting the same salary. But Europe, the person who did in Europe and all, they are not they have to write an exam for to give a practice and all for India. But in the PV field, it is not required it, so they'll be easily coming.
Okay. So very good. Actually, what about the current status, the current of the recruitment of in pharma industries, especially the pharmacovigilance? Is there any big opening is there, or
Yes, it is there. Sir. Actually, I'll tell you the last 2 years.
What difficult it is to enter that particular
not difficult or not, sir. Actually, the situation is difficult. The last 2 years, what happened is previously the person, everyone is working at the office based. So if it is office based, it means the person will work the 5 hours. The production of is 5 hours. But since lockdown, everyone is about the fear about their work security. So what they are working like 12 hours, 14 hours, even 15 hours, 16 hours. So obviously the companies are getting more production by working at home. And obviously if getting more production, obviously there is no chance of hiring the new position. Because of that only, the freshers is not hired for many companies. They are not opened anything. Very minimally they opened it. But now the situation become normal. The companies is called, from April 15 onwards, everyone had to report to the office based. So I think the Accenture, they started 2,000 openings for recently. Okay. And IQVIA have 400 openings, and Bangalore Synology have 400 openings. The gate is opened for freshers now.
Very good, sir. Sir, kindly update all these openings and all, please, to share our students too, and nearby all the colleges also. It was wonderful presentation, sir, and thank you. So yeah,
in Accenture is coming for Coimbatore.
Oh, very good. When you have any plan?
The discussion is ongoing, but I don't know when it is coming. But the CTS is already they started hiring the freshers, and it's going good. For freshers,
I think Dr. Vignesh, sir, please be in touch with Mr. Somu Srinivasan regarding this.
Sure, sir.
Right. It's a good presentation, sir. I'm so happy to see all your reporting data and all. I was wondering, it's a quite easy to understand as well. It's quite difficult to. It's not so easy. Documentation is not so easy. In fact, I agree that. Thank you so much, sir. And please, Dr. Vignesh, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. And I'm handing over the session. Vote of thanks to Geeta. Thank you.
So, very nice and wonderful session, sir. On behalf of our team, once again, it's time to thank the hosts. And I feel of gratitude first of all, I would thank our speaker, Mr. Somu Srinivasan, for his wonderful talk and sincere words for making this and enlightening all the participants with this vast on pharmacovigilance. I sincerely thank you, sir. Now I would like to thank our management and team members for their wonderful encouragement and support during all of our professional activities. I also thank our principal sir and our faculty members for their constant support. Last but not least, I thank all the participants from various sectors and institutions for their patient listening and greatest support to make this webinar a great successful. So I'm concluding this session by submitting a request to all participants to extend your further support in upcoming webinar series. So we will be meeting you soon with an interesting topic. So see you all in the next topic. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, all the delegates, all the participants, and all the speaker and all the wonderful organization. Thank you so much, everybody. I think we will quit the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Best wishes to everyone. Bye.
Thank you.